Hello, J-Man here for the weekly X-Men talk. There's two books this week that I'm going to talk about. One is X-Men number 10, and the other one is this other X-Men 92 thing. We'll get to it. X-Men number 10. So I've liked the X-Men series so far. I'm not a fan of rebooting this thing every 5 minutes, though. By the time we reach this video, they're going to reboot it again. I want long numbering. I like the idea that there's X-Men 700 or something going on, It just makes it feel like, wow, this is like a powerful brand. It'll never end. They went back to the legacy numbering of Detective Comics and Action Comics. So, I guess for those two, those are really big legacies. So it makes sense. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for right now. We got Laura on the cover here with whose hand is that? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. We've got, I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but Rogue is here on Araco. And Orchis has built a secret headquarters, not so secret, on one of the moons, which is Phobos. I think it's how I don't know. I can't pronounce any of these things. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, tell me how to pronounce it. I've got no friends that like X-Men. Everyone I know likes Batman and like Superman and that. And I don't really have anyone to share X-Men with outside of some streams where I have guests come on like Greymalkin. He comes on all the time. But I don't talk to him privately about stuff. He's just more of a stream co-host. But my friends, like my personal friends that I chat with all the time, they don't really read X-Men. So it's not like we could ask him, it's like, how do you pronounce this damn thing? But anywho, so Rogue is on here, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? She's assassinating someone, but she's not. She's actually gathering information that Scope can gather all the schematics of the base and everything. The treehouse, I forgot about that. I like the treehouse idea. I actually think it's kind of neat. So they find that there's some sort of adamantium in the secret headquarters of Orchis, and Laura's like, okay, well, I gotta get in there and see what's going on. So she goes on this mission on her own here to recover this or find out what it is really. So I liked this issue a lot because this sort of goes into the kind of like standards that I like for X-Men, which is there's a little bit of story in the beginning. You kind of figure out what's going on. I like this idea that there's a mission, and then she goes on the mission, fights a bunch of characters, right? Fight guards and, infiltrate stuff, and there's action. And after the action, we get a good fight here. Is it a spoiler? Is this really even a spoiler to show you who it is? Like spoilers, right? So we got Lady Deathstrike here with her long nails. As soon as Lady Deathstrike shows up, you're like, oh yeah, here we go. And they throw down, which is great. See this, I like this. It's action. You feel like something's going on. Well, this is crazy. This is crazy. The art's pretty good. I do like the colors. And, should I tell you the rest? It's a bit standard, but that's okay. There is a little stinger at the very, very end. So you'll see, I won't tell you if Laura completes the mission or not. But, so then Destiny here is talking to Rogue, and Destiny is just like a total bitch. But I kind of like her. I can't stand Mystique. I don't know why. I don't know why I like Destiny, but I can't stand Mystique. I'm not sure. It could be Jennifer Lawrence ruined that character for me. But I know, and I'm not one to take a grudge from a movie and put it onto a comic. But Mystique's really irritating. But Destiny is kind of cool. I like Rogue. Obviously, everyone likes Rogue. So she goes back and talks to Gambit, and they want to get some info on Game World, which I won't show you the very end because there's kind of a neat thing at the very end. So yeah, I like this one. This is sort of what I was talking about before. We got some action, we got a little bit of story, a couple little character things. That's it. These X-Men books, everything is difficult to write, but sometimes I think that they overthink these things, and they're like, well, we have to deliver this epic, storyline with all this. And it is epic, but it's epic that plays out through action and adventure. This shouldn't be a drama book, right? That's my problem. Like, I didn't like Immortal X-Men at all because and I know a lot of people kind of beat me up and said, well, stuff happened. Well, nothing that interests me. Like, I don't care. It's like, if you're going to pick who's on the council anyways, then just tell me. Like, it's not a mystery if you already know what's going to happen, right? So, anyway, the other thing that came out was this X-Men 92 House of whatever Roman numeral that is. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't even know what is this, but I mean, it looks like Saved by the Bell, right? So, and I like the art here. It's very colorful and cartoony, and I do actually like this kind of art. I think it pops. Basically, it's the X-Men, sort of your 90s X-Men, going to stop Trask from activating a new breed of Sentinels or whatever. And this is like literally classic, bread and butter X-Men. And I really like this. It was a lot of fun. I don't really know what the purpose of this book is really, because there's mentions of Krakoa and they're talking about the resurrection stuff. And I'm like, well, is this where is this taking place? And there's a couple of things with Jubilee here at the end, which I won't tell you, I guess, because it might be a spoiler. If someone in the comments understands what's going on with this, fill me in. But regardless, I liked it. We got Vindicator here. I'm Canadian, so it's always great to see Vindicator in there. He's kind of cool. I should read Alpha Flight. I should get back to reading that. I wonder if they did it. They should do a new Alpha Flight comic. That would be maybe something to consider. Yeah, it's just a good old-fashioned X-Men romp, man. They fight guys, like Magneto's there. They're all beating, like got tempo and shit. Oh no, is that tempo? Yeah. I mean, pretty cool. You got Krakoa and all that. Yeah. I like this one. It was fun. I don't get the point of it. Oh, one cool thing was this kind of thing here. There's this, you see that here? I actually have that card. That's from the trading cards, the Marvel Masterworks. And I saw a few other nods here to other weird things too that I was going to mention. Now I've forgotten, of course. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was really neat. I don't know what the hell it's for, but it was fun. So I thought I'd review that. It's not even a review. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts. I don't know if this matters to any storyline, but I think it's kind of neat. So there's that. I don't want to spend too much longer here with you guys, but I just wanted to mention something about how I talk about comics and things like that. And I don't really rate them, and I don't necessarily review them. I'm just giving you my thoughts. I think a lot of people, when I was saying this was good or this was bad, and I don't like this, I don't like that. Some people get really, upset over it, or they're angry at me, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want. I'm not offended by anybody. I allow all comments on YouTube. I always select allow all comments, yet sometimes comments get blocked anyways. I don't know why. It's definitely not me. I welcome all comments, even if it's like super negative or critical of me. I'm fine with it. You should have your voice. I'm putting myself out there, which means I'm open to be challenged on my thoughts. But and you don't even have to keep it civil. It doesn't bother me. Now, YouTube may block your comment though. However, I wanted to also mention that I don't really like getting into who wrote these comics, and I don't really like getting into who drew them or any of that stuff. The reason for that is that it often leads to a discussion in politics, which I'm Canadian. I'm not political at all. I don't know anything. It's really embarrassing. It actually is embarrassing how little I know. So it's pretty brutal. But and definitely, and so I'm not American, so I don't even know how your system works. And I don't like talking about the creators, because I often find that the creators tend to put a lot of their personal politics, in comics, sometimes, not all the time. And the thing is, sometimes that stuff is just lost on me, and I don't want to appear as though I'm behind someone or supporting someone, or that I'm not supporting someone. So I'm keeping my discussions and my thoughts, and I don't even read the who wrote it and who drew it. I don't even look at that anymore. I never looked at that. Like, people would be like, oh yeah, like even when I was a kid or when I was younger collecting comics, they'd be like, oh, Frank Miller. I'm like, yeah. Who's that guy again? It's like Dark Knight Returns. I'm like, Daredevil. I'm like, oh shit, man, I love Daredevil. Dark Knight Returns was awesome. Oh, that's the same guy. That's how kind of crazy it is. So Anyways, guys, that's why I had to explain that. Until next time.